I'm really praying for us to get a little less desperate and more confident. I feel there's just a little sense of यार ये चल जाएगा, ये कर लेते हैं, वो कर लेते हैं. There's थोड़ा, because the audience can see through BS. It's as simple as that, you know. They see through honesty, they see through desperation or anything else.
When I heard Vicky Kaushal say this during the roundtable conference, it made me immediately wonder, what can Indian cinema truly be confident about? What sets us apart? And I got the answer from Rajkumar in just a few seconds.
What we are creating, and let's not just make projects. Let's tell stories. Let's tell beautiful stories because we are capable. We've been doing it for more than 100 years now.
Indian cinema is known for telling beautiful stories. But the most essential and enduring ones have always been romantic tales. As someone born in 2000, my earliest memory of Indian cinema is watching rom-coms. This was my introduction to cinema. Of course, there were many great movies being made in other genres, but most of us fell in love with Bollywood because of the engaging stories and romantic films. I'm sure many would agree that while the 80s brought action-oriented cinema, it's the romances that have stayed with us. And the 90s truly revolutionized it, making Hindi cinema famous worldwide. As I grew older and began to explore other genres, I always found myself returning to a comforting rom-com. And I know for a fact that these are the kind of movies my generation still loves. My Instagram Explore page is flooded with edits from these movies. So, what really changed? In the 2010s, Bollywood underwent a shift. Films became more focused on the story rather than just the characters. We got gems like Badlapur, Piku, and Razi, which explored different themes and delved into complex human emotions. Yet, the romantic touch remained in many of these films, never failing out of place. It just flowed naturally. At the same time, directors like SLB and Imtiaz Ali kept the romantic magic alive. Bollywood was now offering a balance between thought-provoking stories and modern romance. And then, we saw the rise of regional films from the south. People began exploring different genres, tastes, and preferences, embracing a new era of diverse storytelling. Now let's talk about the movies of the past few years, the 2020s. It has become rare to see a big-budget romantic film that truly hits it big at the box office. And just to clarify, I am talking specifically about theatrical releases and not the OTT content. I understand that evolving with time is necessary and that scripts are often written with profits in mind. That's why we see a surge of sequels and action films after the success of movies like Gadar, Pathan and Animal. Meanwhile, the South continues to produce romantic films while many of the great Hindi romantic tales go unnoticed when they are given an OTT release. If we look at the movie released in 2024, there are some films in other genres that included a captivating romantic subplot like Lapata Ladies or Kill. But keep in mind, these aren't primarily romantic films. On the flip side, the rom-coms that came out felt pretty underwhelming in terms of both script and performance. The rom-coms from earlier years were so well crafted that you could rewatch them endlessly without feeling bored. It's so disappointing to see that charm and magic missing in today's releases. So far, 2025 hasn't really impressed us. The big budget films are either remakes of regional movies or just don't have a strong script. This is exactly why films like Sanam Teri Kasam and Laila Majnu do well when re-released. They remind us of the timeless appeal of a good romantic film. Indian audiences will always have a soft spot for romance. Who doesn't love these films or their songs? And don't even get me started on the music. That's a whole different conversation I don't want to tap into. But I just want to mention, growing up with songs like Agar Main Kahun, capturing the playful chemistry between the leads, or Tu Jaane Na, expressing the depth of one-sided love, today's songs just don't compare. And I know when I say this, I speak for all of us. I'm still waiting for that one romantic theatrical release that reminds the industry of what it's known for. I see some promise in the Ashiki 3 teaser, which has just recently been released, but only time will tell what it holds. Let's hope that Bollywood brings back the kind of romantic films that truly connect with audience and remind us of the magic of cinema.